I'm going to show you guys how we're using the brand new ChatGPT Atlas browser to try to come up with like a free marketplace auto poster that anyone can use as long as you have ChatGPT. So we're trying to test that and add that video lesson to the master class. It's going to be really great. So this Q&A is going to be pretty awesome. And then we're going to go through the questions that my team has compiled so I can answer, bring some value in your real estate career. And then I've got a lot of stuff to do. We have like a book coming out, being published. We're going to sell it on Amazon and just direct. So I'll show you what's up with the book. And then I'll show you what's up with that ChatGPT Atlas browser. So hopefully we can all have a better auto poster, GPT powered. And then we're going to answer questions. And then I got to go. So this might be less than 60 minutes. But if someone, what's up, Zoe? Thanks for joining. What's up, Rich? What's up? How do you obtain leads? We'll get to that for sure. So if you guys have questions, just pop them in the comments. And once I answer the school student questions and then the academy students, and then I show you the new GPT auto poster we're working on in the book that's being published. Once I show you all of that, I'm going to answer all the questions in the comments. So if you have anything that you want me to answer, just put them in the comments. That would be awesome. Okay. Let's see. Let me start this. Let me change the music. And cool. Yeah, let's begin. Let's see. Okay. So first off, let me show you guys what we're doing with this right here. Let me hop into the school group. Let me get out of here. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you guys this GPT-powered auto poster right now. Let me share my screen. Where is it? Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, let me see if you got. Let me see. Add to. Okay, there we go. All right, so let me know if you guys can hear me. That would be really awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, so check this out, guys. What we're working on right now, if you guys haven't noticed, there's a new browser from ChatGPT that just came out. It's called Atlas. So it's competing with Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge. And it's really cool because GPT is built into the browser. So like whatever site that you're on, you can ask ChatGPT stuff. It'll see your screen. And then you can use this really cool feature that we're testing right now to see if we can post easier, called like agent mode, right? So check this out. I believe you need like the GPT Plus or Pro or Business tiers, but the Plus is like $20 for that you pay ChatGPT. But yeah, check this out. So I'll mute this so we don't have to totally get into it, but like this is me on the GPT Atlas browser right now. And so what we're working on, look, it's auto posting on Marketplace for me. How cool is that? A little sneak peek at this video lesson that's going to hit the ALM 3.0 masterclass, since we've revamped the course every like 3 years. But yeah, look at this. It's like selecting rent, selecting apartment. Now it's selecting the address of the apartment, like for me on Marketplace. So the challenge here is to create a giant prompt where all you have to do is just like go to an apartment website, take the URL from their website, and then like plug it into this big prompt we're working on, and then tell it like, I want the 2-bedroom, the 2-bath. And once you just like input that prompt, right, what it's going to do is once you're on the GPT Atlas browser, as long as you're logged into Facebook, it will literally go to Marketplace for you. Look, it's doing it right now. It's picking the address. So it's posting about Highline Apartments right now. And basically, it will scrape the website that you pasted in the prompt. It'll find the 2-bedroom lowest rent live on the website, because nowadays apartments have like dynamically changing live pricing. So instead of you having to like go to your database or going to the website and seeing what the live pricing is, GPT will just scrape the site for you. Look, it's done. It just posted an ad by the time I'm explaining this. Right. So what it'll do is it'll take that website, it'll build you a description based on our prompt. We're telling, hey, with the description, take it from the website, but make it enticing, make it cool, never give away the name of the apartment in the ad. And so you guys are looking at the GPT Atlas like auto post a Facebook ad for me right now on Marketplace. And it's really, really exciting because this way you don't have to keep updating. Like every time you post an ad with this prompt that we're gonna basically create and give to our masterclass students, you don't have to keep like re editing the ad or find out like what the current pricing is, because it's just going to scrape the website based on that URL. So all the manual work is like pasting the URL. It'll get the description for you, make it enticing. It's going to put 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and go find the lowest rate on that 2-bedroom, and it's going to add it in here. Then it's going to add the address, because you have to select the address. Look, it's doing it right now. You have to add the address, and it'll take it from the website, and then it'll put in like laundry type in unit, the square footage, that's the minimum square feet and the minimum rent available on the website in real time. And then it's going to do, look at this, for home for sale or rent. It'll select apartment. And it's just the way that we can, like, in the morning, run the prompt, go make your coffee. By the time you come back, you got a few ads posted and saved as a draft. So we're trying to figure out how to like get it to upload images as well from the gallery on the website. So that'll take us just a couple days to like fix that prompt. But yeah, this is really exciting with ChatGPT Atlas. I might actually make the switch from Chrome and just like move everything over. They make it so easy for you to move your Chrome passwords and bookmarks and everything like right into Atlas. So definitely we're testing this because it came out recently, and it's really exciting stuff. So I wanted you guys to see like what it actually looks like when it's posting. Okay, this is just me doing research on this video, but we're going to refine it so we can add it to our program and save everybody a bunch of time. Because if you're a locator, you probably use Marketplace before stepping into paid ads and stuff. So yeah, really interesting. We just have to solve the photos. But worst case scenario, it'll still make the ads for you, and then you just go into your Marketplace, upload all the ads, saved onto a folder, and then hit publish, and you're done. So it's either way, worst case scenario, this is going to take away like 90% of the work. But I am trying to like connect this to Locator IQ and really speed up that last missing piece, which is the images and any videos to upload, because Facebook lets you upload images, right? Which is different from other platforms. That's why Facebook is cool. You can upload a virtual tour as a video, and then so it'll play the video and then show the images, which is really awesome. And then Facebook Marketplace lets you voice reply to all of your leads, and that's what really builds connection and gets them to call you, or you call them, and you can close people really fast that way. So that's why Marketplace is still a great place to start when you're doing organic marketing. I hope you guys were able to see that. Let me know if you could see my screen, and then I'm going to show you a bunch of other stuff. But how cool is that? ChatGPT powered Marketplace auto poster. It's never been done before. It's never been done before. So that is really exciting. Okay. Now what's the next thing I'm going to show you? Let's see here. I think it's called like this VIP / is it like the book? Is it? Yeah. So this is the book that, can you guys still see my screen? Yeah, you can. So this is a book that we're gonna get actually published soon. So I'm really excited. I'm writing it right now, and I'm almost done. But like the sales funnel is built out for it and everything, right? We got our first couple of reviews since people have like beta read it, and then yeah, we're gonna list this on Amazon once it's published, and then directly from us. So here he's holding the book right here. That's the book, The Lucrative Locator Tricks to the Trade. The idea with this book is just to put like everything we teach in the masterclass right into the book, right? And sell it for like nothing, like $20. So then the question is like, why would we put everything we teach in the masterclass into a book? It's because a lot of people don't read. so the few of you that actually buy books and read, well, all of the secrets will be in the book. Right? It'll give you an excuse to actually read something. So I am almost done writing that book. I'm super excited to release this. This will be like our lowest ticket offer ever. So it's going to be great. Okay, now let's go back and then let me go ahead and answer some questions and stuff. But yeah, isn't that cool? What's up, Rachel? How are you doing? Yeah, isn't that cool? The Atlas auto poster. That's free, because we used to teach we still teach an auto poster in the masterclass. Rachel, you're part of it, so I know you know. But the problem with that auto poster is that it's like $99 a month, and so we're trying to just find a better way to do it with how advanced GPT is becoming nowadays, and with the introduction of the Atlas browser and the agent mode that like takes over your mouse and like clicks on everything depending on your prompt. So I think this will be a great way for our students to like save money. Now they don't have to pay the 99 a month for the auto poster, and then we can just teach a low cost way to do it anyways, right? Because this is what a lot of locators do before they step into paid ads, is just get people on the phone on marketplace, posting a lot of great pictures, a video walkthrough, voice replying to them, and then just pushing them out over the weekend to tour. That's how you can get your quickest leases fast, right? So it's really exciting for us to be able to try to teach that and everything. Okay, cool. And you guys appreciate, like, as soon as a new technology comes out, like, my team is on it, right? So they released ChatGPT Atlas. We're like, "Ooh, let's see what this can do to make our processes efficient." What's up, Rich? What's up, Zoe? What's up, Mrs. Nichols? If I'm saying that right. Yes, I can hear. Thanks for your content. The apartment locating space is empty. Ooh, the apartment locating space is empty. Yeah, yeah. You mean like it's not saturated? For sure. What's the program called, or where can I get more info? Yeah, what's up, Jacob? So our company is like the National Association of Locators. This is the logo L, right? L for locator, love. But it's just called, I think, the Apartment Locating Masterclass. That's just what it's called. Or we have a really affordable school group. You probably saw one of our ads, Jacob. I think you came in from one of like my Instagram or Facebook ads. So if you clicked on one of my ads, we're probably just promoting like the super affordable school subscription, which comes with like a crash course, priority on these Q&As, and a bunch of other mini courses like the shadowing module where you can see us actually take calls and work them over Zoom. So yeah, that's an affordable offer. It's like 67 bucks a month and you can cancel. There's no contracts. That's probably the ad that you saw, Jacob. If you're new here, you probably just saw one of our ads. Okay. Let's see. Very cool, says Rachel. Can't wait. Yep, you said it correct. Okay, cool. I pronounced her name right. All right. So now, how can I get in the master class? I don't know if you're a part of school, but you do get you get like $1,000 off if you're in school, like paying that little low ticket subscription. But if you do upgrade to the master class for full price, we just waive school and it's like free forever. So that is an option. Go to like nal.rent, and then if you hover over like shop, you can just like see our offers there. We just have three. We have like a super affordable low ticket. We're actually working on a book that I just showed everyone a minute ago. That's going to be the most affordable way to learn from us once it comes out. And then we have the mid-ticket masterclass, and then we have high-ticket coaching. If you guys need a lifetime course, but then like ability to talk to us and have us coach you on Zoom. So we have like three main offers: low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, and then a book coming out that's being published, which is like the first official real apartment locator book in existence. So we're super excited about that. Okay, let me answer a bunch of questions now, and then this Q&A I think has to be short because I've got a lot of stuff to do, finalizing that book, testing the GPT Atlas for the auto poster. I have to complete that so we can officially release 3.0 of ALM. And so let me just answer these questions and then I'll hop off. All right, so Megan says, she's brand new. What's the fastest way to get your first lease using like Marketplace? Yeah, so Marketplace is definitely a free organic platform that locators use. What you want to do is just do it manual. We teach a lot of like advanced infrastructure with Locator IQ, wherever it is. And that's our all-in-one CRM. So you don't have to like pay for 10 tools. It does everything like your social media, your pipeline, your calendar, all of that stuff, Zoom. So, it's good to have good infrastructure because you can get organized on a pipeline and really just be on top of all of your leads. Apartment locating is different than being a realtor. Like when you're a realtor, if you close like one or two homes a month, that's pretty good 6-figure income, right? But the problem is like the problem with being a realtor is that it's too hard. There's so many steps before you close. There's so many contracts you have to review, offers sent in writing. And if the other realtor you're dealing with is a butthead, it just becomes stressful. So like what's cool about locating is that it's only 3 steps, not like 10 if you were a realtor. And we're basically just using free platforms like Marketplace, Megan, and others, Craigslist, Nextdoor. We do guerrilla marketing with special QR code flyers and business cards. So there's other ways over just, it's not just Marketplace, but you can essentially market for free and then just, post, as long as you posted a really good deal on behalf of an apartment. And the way you find that is by manipulating your database to find the best deal in one neighborhood. And when you post that out there, if it's truly the best deal, because you spent 5 minutes to really manipulate on your database, people will just message you. You get on the phone really quickly, and then you just be friendly to them and say, yeah, this is the best deal. I look at apartment deals all the time. If you really want to move into this area, this is one of the better ones. Can you go tour? And if you just can push them out to tour on a weekend and you remind them to write your name on their rental application, that could look like 1,000, 2,000, all the way up to like $5,000 per referral, right? And the payouts are based on commission of the base rent. So if you help someone go tour on a weekend, they apply to the 2-bedroom, 2-bath, that's 2,000 a month. If that apartment's paying 150%, which is very realistic, because apartments pay anywhere from 50% to 200% of the first month's rent. If you lease a 2-bedroom for 2,000 at 150%, that's a $3,000 commission. So yeah, it's not as large as like house commissions if you close the house, but there's no contracts to deal with. You can work from home. You just push these people out to tour by themselves, and the apartment staff gives them a tour and then closes them for you and helps them sign a lease. So you're like completely out of the equation when it comes to contract review and having to drive everywhere to show properties as if you were a realtor. So that's why a lot of us are obsessed with this business, because it's easier. You can work from home on Zoom, and just as long as you're following up with people, you got a good infrastructure going, and you're good at follow up, people will just appreciate your free service. Remember to write your name down when they apply, and that's a couple $1,000s per client. So if you close like 10, which Alex and I, my head coach, we close like 20, 25 move-ins in a month. But if you can do like 10 or 5, like 5 times 2K is 10 grand. If you can do 10, what's 10 times 2K? 20 grand for the month, right? You might have a broker agent split, but it's still that's good for your production for the month, right? And then if you really take this seriously and then get set up with IQ, really start getting a hang of it, like you can do 25 move-ins like Alex and I, then it's just an amazing business. That's kind of the whole point there. So yeah, to answer your question, Megan, use Marketplace, use the other platforms, voice reply on Marketplace, and just push these people out and have some kind of system where you can organize your leads that you've talked to. So like either use Locator IQ, it's the best, or you can use something simple like Trello. We had someone that used Monday, the little mini CRM calendar organizing thing. You can use Notion. It doesn't really matter, but you need a pipeline system so you can stay organized, right? Because you post a really good apartment deal, you might have 50 messages come in. So it's all about like enticing them to get on a quick phone call. Don't go back and forth in Marketplace. Like reply once or twice. What I do, Megan, is I'm like, hey, this deal's amazing. I haven't seen one like this all week. You should give me a call so we don't lose the move-in special for you. And then people call me, and that's like how I send one message. I don't have to go back and forth. Yes, it's available. What's your credit? What's your income? Like just get them on the phone and then do the pre-qual on the phone and then push them out. That's how you can close your first few quick. Okay, Jason is asking what exact questions should be on my pre-qual survey so I don't chase unqualified renters. Yeah, for sure. So when you're starting off, like I just told Megan, do it manually. But then, so the questions that you want to ask them manually is, where they're trying to move, what their max rent budget is. If they need anything, like do they need to be close to work? Okay, well then where's your work, right? Do you have a daycare? That's a good question to ask, the daycare. If you have a daycare, you need to be around because people always lease around their daycare if they have one. It's like a hack that we teach locators. Because even if they tell you otherwise, If they really have a daycare, they're gonna pick up an apartment close to the daycare. It's just convenient, you know? So the daycare is a really important one as well. And then you want to ask like what the household growth monthly income is, because apartments need 3 times the rent to qualify them in the first place. So if the rent is 2,000 a month, they got to show 6,000 a month to get approved. The income is important. Then you ask like what your credit score is. So the credit score isn't as crazy as if you were a realtor, because when people buy houses, you need like a 640 or above to even get a mortgage, and then really 740 is where the interest rates become better. So I mean, yeah, asking for what their credit is, but honestly, with apartments, if they have a 580 or 600 credit score, they're gonna get approved. You know, so the credit score, and then if they have any felonies or misdemeanors as well, or like broken leases or evictions or property debt. So those I kind of keep to the end, but that's what you want to ask them manually. But eventually you'll evolve. Like once you start making money in this business manually and you really see the potential because you close a few, then once you clean everything up with IQ, the infrastructure, like I use an automatic survey. So when I run paid ads or when I post on my social media, people click my survey. And the survey is designed to present them like a 60-second video on how you can help. And then it's one question at a time what they need. And so by the time they're done with that survey, I already have all their pre-qual automatically. And then I just reroute them to book a Zoom call with me. And I can just help them on Zoom, push them out on the weekend, and close them fast from home or anywhere in the world that has Wi-Fi, right? That's why we like this business. So yeah, the answer is like you really want to use a pre-qual survey software, which IQ does that too. You don't have to sign up for like Typeform or Jotform separately or use a really embarrassing Google form that doesn't work that well, right? You want to have real systems. Okay. Alyssa is like, how many times per day should I post on Marketplace? Post like no more than like twice, 2 ads on Marketplace per day, and then space it out every other day. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you can get into the habit of posting like 2 ads every other day and build it up to like 20 active listings, that's safe enough for your Marketplace privileges not to be revoked. Okay, because Marketplace is a free way to market. So don't like over spam or, you know. So yeah, 2 ads a day, every other day until you reach like 25 max. And you're just going to get if you posted the right deals, you're going to get a ton of leads and they're just going to apply and write your name down. You're going to make thousands of dollars. And at that point, then you want to start like learning about better infrastructure, the survey software, Zoom. Then that comes in like after you start making money. And then you can get into paid advertisements and push people directly into that survey form. That's what I do now exclusively. So I don't sit here and post on Marketplace, you know. I used to when I first started off. You can still make money that way. In fact, you should do that if you're brand new. But eventually you'll learn how to do like paid ads, survey software, pipeline, and then it just becomes a much better business. Like you don't have to sit there on your phone, you know what I mean? You just take professional Zoom calls and they're booked on your calendar. That's way better. Okay. Derek says, if a lead ghosts me after I send listings, what is the first message I should send to restart the conversation? Yeah, I mean, the thing is you want to just give them value. Like we have a 30-day ghosting automation in IQ that does this for you automatically. But if you're like manually trying to defeat ghosting, you just want to give them a reason to reply. So what I find that works best, who asked that, Derek, you can just say something like, hey, you know, let's say they want to live in Cedar Park. Go find a really good deal in Cedar Park that's doing like 2 months free or something. And say, hey man, this place in Cedar Park is doing 8 weeks free. It's amazing right now. Are you still looking to rent a place? And always leave your follow-up contact as an open-ended question, because that gives people a reason to reply. Don't say like statements to people like, hi, how's it going? No, like, you know, don't say, entice them to reply. You can say something like, hey man, just had a moment to check in with you. This place is doing 8 weeks free. Were you interested in Cedar Park still? Open-ended question. And then when they reply, boom, you defeated ghosting. And if that doesn't work, then I'll do like a testimonial and I'll say like, hey man, you know, I just thought of you. We helped our last client like get 8 weeks free at Citizen House and a $2,000 gift card. Does that interest you? Are you still looking? And leave it as an open-ended question. Now, if you're smart, right, then you would just pre-configure all those messages that I gave you examples of, and you would put them inside of a sequence, like an automation in IQ. And then so if, as long as your system like IQ is smart enough to recognize when people are not replying to you after X amount of days, then the system just spits them into the ghosting automation and it'll fire off those texts once a day and emails and voicemails for you, trying to get them to reply. So that's what IQ is. It's real infrastructure. So like when I take leads, I will work them, I will do a Zoom call, I will follow up with them once every other day, depending on how the conversation is going. You know, sometimes I'll take a call on a Monday and someone's like, yeah, I can tour Saturday. That call went well. So I might not follow up every single day since we just agreed that they're going to tour Saturday, but I'm going to organize the note in IQ. So come Saturday, IQ will remind me like, hey, you got to call this person. They said they were going to tour. So then I would follow up then. But if I try to, if I like, let's play out that scenario. You took a Zoom call Monday. They agreed to go on tour Saturday. Okay, that's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5. That's 5 days. On Saturday, if they don't reply to you, you call them. I double call and text. If they don't reply, maybe they're busy. So then, you know, maybe Sunday, half of the apartments are open. Follow up then. If not, okay, wait till Monday. Follow up Monday. If there's no reply and it's been that many days, IQ is going to recognize that they're ghosting you, and IQ is going to organize them in the ghosting stage of the pipeline. So you know all the people that are currently ghosting you, and it's going to fire off that 30-day automation workflow that's going to text them, email them testimonials, incentives, pushing them as an open-ended question to defeat ghosting for you. So that's what you would do once you're a little bit more advanced. But to answer your question, you know, just give people a reason to reply. Like say, hey, this place is doing this and that. Are you still interested? Entice them to reply. Okay. Sophia says, how do I set up my IQ pipeline stages the simple way so I know like who to call today? So when you sign up to IQ, Sophia, it's all done for you. We preload everything in IQ. The pipeline stages are done. Sometimes we have students that like add on to the pipeline stages because that's just the way their brain works. So you can like alter things in IQ and make it relevant to you, but all of the main stages are done. And the survey is done, the calendar's done, everything's done in IQ. You just have to do like light editing, you know, like put in your logo, put in your name, little things like that. But everything is set up. Okay, Ryan says, what should my 60-second intro VSL say if I have like 0 testimonials yet? Oh yeah, don't stress that, Ryan. So Ryan's talking about like, this is the way we teach locators. A lot of people don't do this. Like a lot of brokers don't do this, but if you have the right survey software, like Typeform will do it, kind of, not in 4K. Typeform is like the second best option for this, but we use IQ, and in our survey, you can embed like a 4K video that's 60 seconds long. So when people start your survey, it's like a little quick explainer on what you do. Like, hey, I'm an apartment locator. We've helped thousands of renters. The service is free and we'll set up your utilities for free. There's no reason you shouldn't work with us. Start the survey right now. That's your little 30, 60-second VSL. And the reason we put it there is so that way no one's confused. And when you get on the call with someone, you don't have to keep re-explaining yourself like an idiot. You know, it's on the VSL. So one of the things we teach, Ryan, because you're a student of ours, is in your VSL, it's really helpful if you can implant like a testimonial in there. So like that little script that I just said off the top of my head just now, like, hey, what's up? We're locators. We're going to help you. No reason not to work with us. You can empower that if you're like, listen to what our last client said, and then you roll a testimonial of you actually helping someone. That is really, really powerful if you can fit it into your 60-second VSL. Don't go over 60 seconds. It's too long and people will just bounce. So keep it 60 seconds. If you can do that, it helps. But you're saying like, what if I don't have a testimonial yet? It doesn't matter, man. Don't stress it. Just like do the VSL without it until you close someone. And like the second you close someone, ask that person for a quick 30-second testimonial. Chances are they will give it to you at like a 50-50 rate because you just helped someone for free. People like to give back is what I've noticed. So yeah, the first couple of leases you do, ask them for a testimonial. Okay. In fact, you should do that every time. In fact, I believe in that so strongly that in Locator IQ, we have another automation set to where the second you use the IQ pipeline and you tag someone approved, guess what fires off automatically? A text and an email asking for a testimonial. So that's why you need good infrastructure because you can do all these little things like without thinking about it, right? So when I like work someone and I tag them approved once they're really approved, I know that IQ is going to send them a text and an email like, "Hey man, that's awesome that we helped you. Would you mind holding your phone selfie style and doing like a 30-second like video for me? It'd be amazing." So that happens automatically every single time I tag someone approved the way you should be anyways because you need to stay organized, right? So it's all about having that like automation fire off. That's how you can just rack up testimonials and reviews from people without even trying. Okay. Number 7, Lauren Hayes. When should I invoice a property and what details do I confirm so payment is not delayed? Yeah, Lauren, collections is pretty tough. So the second you call the client or the property and you confirm that yes, they are approved, like they applied but they got approved, then you can create your invoice and then follow your brokerage protocols. Like for us at my brokerage firm, NAL, we're the National Association of Locators. We just have them like create a simple invoice using the database, Smart or Spark, download it, and then just like add it to IQ. So as long as the client is in IQ, if you tag them approved, we have an automation that fires that duplicates the contact card, puts them in a collections pipeline so it's organized, and then contacts our collection staff. So all you have to do with us is just tag someone approved, and then my team takes care of it. But to answer your question, you would want to create an invoice once you confirm that yes, the client is actually approved. And then what details do you need to do? Send an initial email. Like when you email off that invoice to the property, include your broker's license, the W-9. That's really all you have to do. But I like to just train my staff to also add the errors and omissions insurance just for the heck of it. We've seen one time an apartment was like, I need your errors and omissions. So we just like attach it anyways. So we had the errors and omissions, the W-9, the broker license, what else we attach, and the invoice. And then we send all of that in one email. And then in the email, we say, hey, are there any PO numbers, like purchase order numbers we need? Or are there any instructions on being vendor verified? We send all of that in one email. So there's no back and forth. That's how you get paid faster. Okay. Because if one thing is missing, like let's say you send out that email, that's also why we don't use the database send feature. You know how like Smart and Spark will let you create a database and you can click a button and it'll email the invoice for you. We don't use that because there's no way to add those attachments. And you need your broker license, your W-9 at a minimum. So there's less back and forth, right? So that's kind of how you collect faster. And then hopefully your brokerage firm just does a good job. All right, guys, let me just answer 3 more advanced questions and then I got to bounce out of here. Noah, what's up, Noah? How are you, man? He says, okay, these are more advanced from our academy. So with low traffic, I think we're talking about paid ads now. One question is about paid ads, one is about the funnel, the other one's about KPIs. Okay. So Noah is saying with low traffic, is a 30 or 60-day remarketing better for conversions? I think you're talking about a 30 or 60-day audience retention when you create a custom audience. So if you have low traffic, Noah, do 90 days. It depends on like how many people are actually hitting your website or your survey form. So first off, Noah, you have to do research. Go into Facebook ad. You're probably going to run Facebook and Instagram remarketing ads, I assume, yes, because it's a cheaper placement than Google or YouTube. So for remarketing, we teach Facebook and Instagram for remarketing only. And so the way you find out what your true traffic is you go into Facebook ads, business.facebook.com. You go into your event manager, and then in the event manager, if you have that like a custom event created, that's like these people started my survey, you click into it and it shows you how many visitors you're actually getting for the last 30 days. So if in the last 30 days you get 100, then that's not really enough to do a 30-day audience retention. You want to do 90 because 100 a month, you really need like 300 visitors before you run remarketing. So if you have low traffic, you might even have to extend it to 180 days, which is the maximum you can create audience retention, custom audience on Facebook. So yeah, if you've got super low traffic, man, you're not doing 30 or 60. You're looking at like 90-day audience retention to 180 days, depending on what that number looks like for you. If you see on there in the event manager that you've got 50 visitors starting your survey, you got to bring that thing back like 180 days. So that way you have enough eyeballs so your remarketing ad doesn't like crawl or throttle, if that makes sense. You have to have enough people before you start remarketing ads. Okay, Jenna Coleman for the funnel. I shouldn't say last names. I'm sorry, Jenna. Um, for the funnel, should I send remarketing to the VSL first or straight to checkout? Oh, you're talking about, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because technically it's called like checkout when you select it. Yeah, yeah. I see. Okay, so this is what I do with remarketing because you can do a million things, Jenna. You can do like a million things with paid ads. It's like a jungle. So what I do with my remarketing campaigns and what we teach is one thing. So that way people can actually understand it, right? The way we set up remarketing is to send them straight into the survey. So, and that survey is the same survey that you used initially, right? You can leave the VSL in there, it doesn't matter. So what I do is like okay, this is my remarketing campaign. My custom audience are people that started the survey but never finished. So that's all I teach too, and it works. It's like the best thing to do. So you're basically creating a custom audience where it's like, all right, these people definitely started my survey, but they never really hit submit and they never really landed to like the book call confirmation. So you know they just like bounced. I only remarket to those people and that's it. So I don't do like website remarketing, how much of the video remarketing that they watch. I don't do that. That's too nerdy and it's not really effective. One advantage about being a locator is that paid ads is just easier in nature. So the only campaign I do is people that started my survey but never really finished. That's it. That's the wrap. And so that's my custom audience. I send them directly to my survey. That's it. So my ad on Instagram, let's say, is why did that stop? So my remarketing ad is something like I will record it. You can use your phone, and I say something like, "Hey, what's up? You were so close to booking a call with us. We're going to help you find the best apartment ever. The service is free, and we're going to also set up your utilities so you're comprehensively taken care of. All you got to do is just finish resuming the survey where you left off. Click the link below, and we'll see you on a Zoom call." That's my remarketing ad. That's it. And I just will post that on Instagram and Facebook. And then when they click the button, they like resume where they were in the survey. And the only reason my systems can bring them back to where they left off in the survey is because I use Locator IQ and we have the logic built in. It's called sticky contact. You can go Google it or something. But if your system, like a lot can't do this, not even Google Forms. But if your survey software has a feature where it has like sticky contact on and you toggle it on, then it remembers that person from before. So they don't have to like restart the whole process. So it's important to have like a good survey. I think maybe Typeform can do it. Like even if you don't use IQ, possibly Typeform maybe can do it. Maybe, but also maybe not. So but definitely Locator IQ, we thought of it. So like the sticky contact exists in IQ and you just bring them back where they left off and that's it. So that's the whole marketing campaign. Don't overthink remarketing. Okay, Marcus, what weekly KPIs? And remember, Jenna, when you start remarketing, you're only funding $5 to $10 a day, depending on how much traffic. So it's not like it's a risky campaign. You understand? That's why whenever we teach locators to step into the paid ads world, we show them how to just turn on remarketing first, not like cold ads to the world yet, unless they're really comfortable with everything. But a really easy way to get into paid ads is by only doing remarketing first, because whatever is working for you as a locator currently, when you just turn on remarketing at $5 a day or $10 a day max, all that's going to do is just like cover up any kind of leakage in your funnel. Like people are bouncing off and you're just optimizing what's currently working. That's why remarketing is safe. You're not just like spending those dollars out blind as if it was a cold campaign. You're only presenting it to people that started the process with you. So yeah, remarketing is safe and like efficient. Okay, last question is for Marcus. What weekly KPIs should I track in Locator IQ to like predict income? And what thresholds like signal a bottleneck in my pipeline? Yeah, really good question, Marcus. Wow. Okay. So the KPIs, you can tackle that with IQ. Again, you don't have to pay for because KPI software gets expensive. If you've looked into KPI software, holy crap. There's like whole programs for like there's whole like high ticket programs for thousands of dollars where companies come in and help someone like really build good KPIs. So KPIs is like no joke. That's something that every business person or business needs. So with IQ, we just give you locator KPIs, right? That's why it's called locator IQ. And you want to track things like your call rate. You want to track things like your show up rate on IQ. So kind of go. It's kind of like the first KPI is how many overall leads, like how many people reply, how many people are just overall leads. Then the second one is like how many of them are actually passing through your disqualifying filter. So like how many, for me, it's like 60%. So I get a bunch of leads, then I put them through my survey. My survey filters out bad leads with low credit and criminal. So like 60% kind of come out that are actually qualified. So that's another KPI. KPI is like a key performance index in your business, like the numbers that actually matter to you. So like the second is qualified lead rate. Mine's like 60% because I run ads. For some reason, paid ads, a lot of my students will agree, they just bring in more qualified clients over like Craigslist or Marketplace. I don't know why, but paid ads is good like that. So the second KPI is like your qualified lead rate. Now, out of those qualified rates, how many actually like straight up attend the call? Then the third one is your show up rate to your Zoom call. So the show rate, so for me, it's like, let's just give an easy example. 100 leads in. That's like replied on Marketplace, an email, I don't know, a contact, an incoming call, whatever. 100 leads in. And then it's, okay, how many of those were actually, what's your qualified rate KPI? 60%. So now we have like 60 leads. And then out of those 60 leads, how many of them actually really show up on the call? Like for me, it's like 80%, which is high because I have like a thank you page. Like my funnel is just awesome. I have like a thank you page video that really hypes them up to join, and I have offers. So like for me, it's like 80%. So like whatever 80% is, that's 12. So that's now 48 people actually like showed up to the call, right? So qualified, but then they actually showed up. Now, out of the people that actually the 48 that actually show up to the call and do a Zoom call with me, well, it's a free service and I'm helping them for free. And I'm going to make sure that we have a good conversation, that they like me. So out of the 48 people that show up to the Zoom call, actually, how many do I really close? For me, it's like 50% of them because think about it. They're so nurtured. I know 50% is like a super high rate. A lot of you don't believe that, but listen, this is why it is 50%. Okay. I run paid ads. So it's not 50% if it's Marketplace. It's more like 20%, but it's 50% for me because think about it. They saw a paid ad. They know me. They went through my survey. They saw the 60-second VSL. They know me more. They actually booked a call. And then they saw a thank you video that hyped them up. Now they know me way more. So by the time they actually show up to the Zoom call, they're so nurtured with me and they feel like they already know me because they watched like 3 videos that are short. So if I can just do a good job to hear them out, make them feel comfortable, push them out on the weekend and follow up, I'm closing half of those people that show up to the Zoom call, right? This is why we teach Zoom. You can close at 50%, not just 20 like every locator. Like out of the 48 people that show up to my Zoom call, I can close half of them because it's a free service. I'm not asking them for money. It's a free service. So yeah, half of them, it's like then they decide not to move or they're just hard to get a hold of. Yeah, you're not going to close everyone, no matter if they came through an ad or nothing. You're not going to close it 100%, but I can close 50 because it's a Zoom call and it's a free service, right? So that's 28 people applied and approved. Maybe a few of them don't get approved. So then it's like 25 that actually get approved. That's 25 leases in a month. If you really have 100 leases and those are your KPIs, total leads, out of the total leads, qualified leads dropped 40%. And then out of those qualified leads, they actually showed up to the Zoom call. And then out of the show ups, you actually closed them and they applied. Those are like the 4 KPIs you want to track: total leads, qualified leads, show up rate, and then your closed rate. Okay. Those are your KPIs. All of this is already set up in IQ. So you just sign up and the KPIs are there. You just lightly configure everything so it matches your brand. All right, cool. I hope that was helpful. Other than that, guys, I guess you can find out more info if you're interested at NAL.rent, like National Association of Locators.rent. NAL.rent. It's super short. You'll never forget it. Other than that, I actually have to run and bounce out of here. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's see here. I want to get in the masterclass. Yeah, just go to NAL.rent and check it out. Rich, we'll hook you up. Okay, hello. Can you give me an idea of the typical conversion rates when paying for ads, along with that an ideal ad spend might look like, an average cost per lead? Okay, yeah. What's up, Mr. Curry? How are you? Let me just answer your question real quick. When you start as an apartment locator, you should be only working organically until you get your first leases. So you can get a feel for like how the business goes. Then the next step beyond that is to turn on remarketing campaigns. So as long as you have the right amount of traffic, you can start a remarketing campaign, paid ad on Facebook and Instagram for $5 a day. And that just improves your overall process. If you're getting really busy, maybe your social media is popping off. I don't know. Maybe you're just really good at organic marketing. If you get a lot of traffic, then you can increase to like $10 a day max. That's it. That's all it takes for remarketing ads. And that's going to help your income regardless if you just set up remarketing properly. Then, like if you're scaling up a team and you just want like more leads, then yeah, you get into cold ads. But we use YouTube for that. Like YouTube cold, YouTube video directly to the survey. That's the flow. We don't use Facebook and Instagram for cold ads, only for remarketing. And so, yeah, and then I just kind of gave you an idea of the KPI breakdown. And so hopefully that helps. When I run cold ads, it's good to start at like $50 a day because that gives you enough money to like test the ads that are working. And so like budget for like $50 a day, which ends up being like $1,500 a month when you get into cold ads. But if you just want to turn on remarketing to improve what's currently working, that's a great way to get into paid ads. And that's like $5 or $10 a day. So $150 a month to $300 a month max. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful. And we'll see you guys. What's up, Mr. Artiga says, I'm still using your first tech stack. Oh yeah, dude, you got to come over to IQ. Before we were teaching like ClickFunnels, Typeform, ActiveCampaign. What's the other one? Calendly, Zoom. We were teaching so many tools, man. But now IQ replaces all of them wherever IQ is. Is it here? Yeah, so IQ, and it was also expensive. Like when we released the first program and we were teaching ClickFunnels and ActiveCampaign and Typeform and all this stuff, Calendly, like those subscriptions just became a lot when people added them all up, right? Some of our students use like Follow Up Boss or KV Core. And then a really expensive one is Salesforce to get the phone call reporting and everything, or Ring Central. So yeah, man, like you could use the old stack the way we teach it, but like IQ is just way better because then it's one login, IQ, and then it's more affordable. And then yeah, man, you just don't have to log in and out of like 10 things. That's the whole point of IQ, is to save everyone money and to consolidate. So yeah, man, you should switch over to IQ. Just go into the new program, dude. I think you have it, and then watch it. See you guys later. Let me end this with. I'm going to end this with one of these testimonials and then I'll bounce.
Welcome to this incredible success story from Jonathan, a dad who recently just welcomed his third newborn. Jonathan's loving apartment locating because it's allowing him to work on his own schedule from home. And as a busy dad, that's a really important factor. Listen to how Jonathan is making a full-time income in this little-known niche of apartment locating. Let's hear it from him.
You can tell he knows how to market. It's really given me a lot of support and the tools I need to basically work as much as I want. I need, recently I had my third baby, and if I can't be on the computer as much, you can automate as much as you need to still be productive. productive in your downtimes. You have the tools to ramp up as much as you want, and you have the support there. During the summer, I mean, in one apartment building, I didn't even meet these 3 clients. I closed 3 deals for 100% commission there. It was in a matter of like 2 or 3 weeks, and I didn't even meet them. It was all send, remote. I used the tools that I learned from Pierre and got the deal done. So I highly recommend it. He is on the cusp of something really great, and a lot of people are getting into apartments. They're hesitant to buy right now, so it's a perfect time to sign up, become a locator, and yeah, thanks a lot, Pierre.
If our students can receive results like this, then so can you. Tap the link below this video, take the next step, and we'll see you on the other side.